Alright, welcome everyone. Today we will be looking at Italy Percent. Italy Percent is going to be the first 4 levels of the game of Tomb Raider 2. We'll be running it the glitchless route, so there'll be no glitches here. There's a couple of things that I would like to mention beforehand. First off, in this game we have what are known as flare cancels and swing cancels, or grab cancels. Swing and grab cancels is the same thing. For anybody that might not know about how these mechanics work, I will just very quickly show you some clips here about explaining them, and then we'll move on to the actual information about the run. So let's take a look at that now. Alright, so starting off here with a flare cancel. So the way this works is normally when we drop off from a certain height, we will get an animation where we go with our knee to the floor. Now while this animation is playing, we cannot do any moves until the animation finishes. So I'll quickly show you. If I keep holding forwards, I'll go to my knee, and now I start moving. Now we can in fact skip this animation. Now there are 2 real ways. One is a roll cancel, which does make a lot of sense in this case, where we would just roll and then we can run right away. But then we still have the rolling animation, and we turn around, so we're backwards. We might not want to be like this. So we're not here for the roll cancel, we're here for the flare cancel. So how it works is if we use the throwing away of the flare, we can cancel the animation. So what we want is we want to have our flare drawn early. So like this, we want to have it already drawn. Now when I run off and I throw it away right before I land, I can immediately keep running. And this is what's known as a flare cancel. Just for comparison's sake, I'll show again what happens when I don't use a flare. You can see that it's effectively just a full second of going to your knee before you can start running again. So we want to have our flare drawn, want to drop down, and then when we throw it away right before we land, we can immediately run and keep going. This is a mechanic that is actually used all throughout Tomb Raider 2 and later editions of the games actually as well. And it is immensely useful to get the hang of this. Also know, even if you are a little late with throwing it away, you can still cancel in the middle of the animation and keep going. So it doesn't really, the timing isn't really that important. You always want to kind of try to throw it right before you land and go into the stumble animation. So far for the flare cancel. There you go. That's in a nutshell. Alright, so now let's have a look at what is known as a grab cancel or a swing cancel. These 2 terms are used interchangeably, they mean the same thing. So when I grab an edge like this, you'll notice my legs swing for a little bit. Now while this swing animation is happening, we cannot make any other moves to, for example, the side. So let me actually do this, and I'll hang from it, and I'll just hold left, because we want to shimmy to the left, for example. And just notice how long it takes before I actually start moving left after I do this. Right, so it takes about a second before I start moving. Same way the other side. If I just hold right, I will only start moving after a second. Now there's an easy way where we can cancel this leg swinging animation. This is why it's called a swing cancel. If we are hanging from an edge, we can actually quickly release action and hold it right away again, very quickly like this, to sort of release it, but not really let go and not really fall down. And we can use that little mechanic to cancel the swinging legs. So if I would do it now, and I swing cancel like that, I can immediately start moving to the side. And the same thing goes for climbing up. If I try to do this with a swing and I try to climb up, I cannot climb up until the swinging is done. But if I do the grab cancel, I can immediately climb back up on the ledge. So this little releasing of action is really all you have to do, and it cancels about a second of an animation of swinging your legs. Now this can be a really useful thing in runs. So this is an example where we would run onto this and then go to the side. Now I didn't do it and you see my leg swinging a bit. But if I normally run, I would do this and immediately release and get that cancel going. So that is in short how the grab cancel or swing cancel works. So there you go, in a nutshell. All right, so with all of that out of the way, we can get into the run. Now, a couple of notes before we go into pathing itself. First off, I'm going to be showing you today the most optimal speedrun route. There are various options to skip all kinds of the tricky jumps that we use. If you're less experienced at running, you might want to consider mistaking some easier steps sometimes. But I will be looking at what is considered at least near the most optimal route. I don't know, there might be some improvements to be made. But second off, we already start with a number of items. We start with a number of heals, one small one and one big health pack. We do want to pick up some extra heals, most likely throughout the run. Probably a pickup or two should be enough for these first 4 levels. You can always consider picking up more or even less if you are confident in doing that. There is one that we will pick up for sure in the first level. This is because it's on top of some shotgun shells, which moves me on to the shotgun. We will have the shotgun to begin with right at the start. We will have 2 shots for it, and we will pick up 2 additional pickups for it. This is all to dump basically all our shells on a couple of guys in a certain room in the 3rd level. So all this is to say, you don't really want to be wasting your shotgun shells on anything else, because it's just really time efficient to use it in a certain room in the run. So we'll look at that. One final note is on flares. We will also start with 2 flares. Now, throughout these first 4 levels, I believe there are 4 or 5 flare cancels that we can do. We could consider only doing 2 flare cancels and then not picking up the flares in Venice. Picking up the flares in Venice is not really very hard. We will do that very efficiently and quickly if we do. But it might be worth not picking them up. I don't really think it's going to be a very close thing anyway. So I will probably be picking them up throughout the explanation of the route here. But know that you can choose to not pick up the flares maybe and only do 2 flare cancels and then maybe use rolls on some of the other ones. So that is, I know it's a lot of information to take in right away before we start. So for now, let's go into the Great Wall. Okay, so time to actually start looking at what to do for this game. Now, when we start, I will actually show you this real quick. As you can see, we immediately drop down onto a slope. Now, what we want to do when we start, there are several strategies here, by the way. But the one, pretty much the easiest one and also very efficient one is we're going to drop down. We're going to make sure to slide a little bit. Doesn't have to be much, just a little bit. And then we're just going to start straight jumping forward. So I'm going to slide, jump, jump, and jump. Now right here, the camera changes, which is really annoying. So we can avoid the camera changing by having our weapons drawn. So if I load here again, we're going to slide, jump and jump, and I just draw my weapons over here usually, and now the camera does not change and we can continue. Okay, so we want to go up onto this pillar on the right, and we're going to use this corner slope to get onto it like this. Now the way I landed now was actually not good because we're standing backwards sort of. We want to set up for another running jump. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a jump twist. Now, when we approach, we're going to jump twist onto the slope, and then jump and roll. And now we'll stand here in a location where we can do this running jump across. I'll show this one more time. we're going to have to do at least one jump twist. So we can also save the jump twist for the second jump like this. Jump twist and roll. And we're good. Now we're going to jump over here. Now when we jump here, we want to look to jump over here. If you look in front of my feet, you'll see the little line, the seam of the tile. This is where we want to be, on the slightly on the left side of it, because we want to be able to jump up and grab this. So I'll show this real quick when we actually come from over here, right? So we're over here. So when we take this running jump, we want to land pretty much over here on this little line. It takes some practice, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. And we're gonna go straight up, we're gonna turn to the left, and we're gonna jump up here and curve to the right so that we're against this wall at a little bit of an angle. We don't want to be straight against it, we want to be at a little bit of an angle. We're gonna do a backflip twist and then a running jump across there. Okay, so now I actually missed it. So I'll have to do it again. Let's actually go back up. If you do that right though, it's a little tricky of a jump. As you can see, I don't always get it. But here we go, like that. And then we can grab this. We're gonna pull up. Now we can also go up on that ledge in a fast manner using that slope. Now when we jump on the slope, we don't want to jump all the way against the wall, because then we'll be too far. We also don't want to jump too far to the left. So there's a little bit of a sweet spot area that we want to jump on. We also want to do a twist here. So jump twist, and then we can jump up and keep running here without having to do a climb up animation. So to continue, we're going to roll over this grate and do a fake grab. So we basically tap grab. We don't want to actually hang from the edge. We want to fake pretend like we're grabbing, but then not grab after all. Do a fake grab literally. And we're gonna jump twist on here and do a running jump onto this section. We pull the switch. Now for this part, we're gonna roll around. You can roll or turn, whichever you want. I always do just a roll, but turning should be a little faster maybe. From here, we're gonna do a running jump, then a running jump on this tile, run against the door a bit, then jump on this, and do a jump twist into the water. Now, let me actually take that a little slower. We're gonna start with 2 running jumps, one from here, and then one here. Now, as soon as we are here against the door, we don't want to immediately do another running jump. We want to just run against the door until we clear it. And then we want to jump onto this block. Now, when we're on this block, we want to sort of aim for the corner across from it, and then do like a jump twist off into the water. So all in sequence, it would be like this, this. You also want to keep your weapons drawn to avoid camera changing again. We can drop in the water. Now when we drop in the water, one of the more reliable ways to move is to actually immediately roll and then hold up and right and swim to swim into the tunnel. So I'll show that in sequence. You won't always need to use this, but a lot of cases when you land that way, you will actually need to use that jump twist. So I'm gonna roll in the water and then hold up and right and swim to quickly go in the tunnel. Now if you land it very optimally, you might be able to not do that at all and actually land straight in the tunnel. But I always have trouble really finding the right spot for that. So let's see if I can get it. Maybe it's a bit more over here. Oh, okay, no, I missed it. But sometimes you can land in a way where you can immediately swim in to the tunnel. If not, you'll want to use that roll and then up and right swimming trick to quickly move in. Now we're going to grab the key and we're going to pull up here on the right side. This is to get a running jump and then 2 standing jumps onto this block. This is a very nice way to go up. Now let's take a moment here. We have some birds alive. And we could choose here to kill the birds. If we do choose to kill the birds, we want to do it right now on top of this wall that we just climbed up on. The route that I'm going to show you, we will not kill the birds, and therefore we will be taking some damage. You can still, even with leaving the birds alive, you can still get through the first level without using a heal, but it's gonna cut it very close. So don't be afraid, if you're less experienced maybe, to just use a small health pack in the first level if you think you're gonna need it. Until you get more used to it, maybe, and then start running for it. So killing them, it does take about like 10 to 15 seconds, maybe longer, to kill them off before continuing, which is kinda a lot of a time loss. So just continuing without killing them is the recommendation here. We're gonna put in the key here. They are going to be hitting us. And when we move in here, we're gonna be shooting some spiders just so that they don't annoy us too much. We're gonna run up the steps. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna jump up on there, like this. Now, I will just quickly kill a bunch of animals here, just to show this a little better. Can you just screw off? Right, so now we've killed a lot of the animals here. So, right, when we enter, we're gonna run up the steps. Now, climbing the ladder is a little slow. You can always choose that, but it's a little slow. Now, we wanna run up the steps while shooting for the spiders. And then we wanna make a sharp turn to get this running jump up here. From here, we can just do a jump twist on the key to pick it up. Now, there are two ways really to do it. One is what I really just showed you, and is where you keep running. You can also choose to do a jump twist. So this is the keep running version, where I just run, and just try to make a sharp turn. This is very much relying on guessing where to turn and how much to turn. Now, alternatively, you can try when you go here to do a jump twist here, and then turn a bit, and then do the running jump. Okay, so I actually missed it now. But that's roughly the idea. I believe it's actually even slightly faster to do the jump twist like that. Oh, okay. I actually not really used to doing the jump twist here. But that's where you kind of want to land, and then you want to jump up on here and grab the key. Now, keep in mind, all the animals will be alive while we do this whole sequence. So we're going to grab the key. After we grab the key, there is a little thing when we go down. So, as you can see, below us, there is a little lowered platform, a little tile that is lower than the one that we're hanging above now. So, if I am on this edge here, I can use a roll to immediately keep going. Now, the goal here is going to be to land on the edge of this, so that we can quickly cancel and go onto the lock. Now the way we do this is by using a fake grab, but we're not gonna fake grab right away, because that will take us to the lower part and we'll take some fall damage. We kind of want to avoid that. That's bad. So instead, we're gonna roll over the edge, and then in the middle of falling backwards, we're gonna somewhere in that animation we have to grab in the middle of it, so that we land on the edge. Now the timing is important here, so I might screw it up like that. That was actually a perfect one. If you time that right, you can get it on the edge, and then you can quickly move to this lock next. Now I'll try and do it one more time. If you're going to be a little late, if you grab too late, you will do a roll and you will land backwards. So you'll have to make an adjustment to get on the lock because you're standing backwards with your back to it. If you do it too early, you'll fall all the way down to the lower tile and take some fall damage. So right in between, just like that, we can get this cancel onto this. And I'll show the next part as well. from this lock, we don't want to do a running jump right away because we'll bonk our head. So we're going to do like 1, 2, 3 steps and then running jump. Do another few steps and running jump again. We can land exactly on this. From here, standing jump forward and get on the block just to push it out. At this point, we're going to go down here and onto these slopes and into the water. But before that happens, I want to just quickly show you what happens when the birds are still alive. So let me actually run this a little section again. Because the birds will be alive all the way up until that point where I dropped into... went down that slope where I just made the reload. Birds will be on us throughout this entire duration, which is a little bit annoying actually. Okay, so running jump from here, standing jump up, climb up this. And immediately go for the lock. They will always hit us a little bit on the lock, like pretty much without exception. There will always be a little bit of damage here. Gonna go here. Let's see if we can get this whole sequence without falling or making a mistake. Let's do the jump twist thing. Yes, good. And then jump twist on this. Go down. Roll over. Late grab. Oh, okay, I missed it now. So now I went backwards because I did it slightly wrong. So we will still have birds and spiders on us in this moment. I'll do this. Gonna jump on this. Gonna go forwards. So this was actually a pretty decent run through of this. Now at this point, once we go into the tunnel, the birds will no longer bother us. So let's actually go here. Now, okay, wait, this is fine. At this point, we don't really have to worry about the birds anymore. These are actually following me in here, lol. Did they actually come in here all the way? I've never seen them come in here. Oh no, see, they won't actually bother us anymore here. Now, as you can see, this is a whole blade trap. So let me actually kill off the bird so I can just show you this real quick. Okay, they're dead. So what we want to do is we want to make a dive from this tile in here and then start walking forwards up until this part where the floor starts sloping down. As soon as we are on this part here, we can just do a neutral jump and we will fall in the water. This is a slightly faster way to start swimming. And then we have cleared the trap. Now, in order to do this, we would normally want to do it like this, which takes a little bit of practice. But when we're on this slope right here, we want to jump somewhere here so that we do 2 steps on this tile and then dive. It's a little bit annoying to get right, but if you do the timing right, you will get a very nice dive here. Move the mouse. And we walk up to here, and then we can do a neutral jump and swim. So it takes a little bit of practice to know how to actually jump on the slope, when to jump or when to slide a little bit. Generally what I try to do is I just try to slide down and eyeball it a little bit and then make sure to get that like running dive on the tile below. Pretty tricky. I'll show it one more time here with the load game. So jump and dive. So that was actually not as extended as I would like it. You might get hit by some of these blades. As you can see, we are actually very low health right now. This does not really matter for the rest of this. We can do the rest of this with relatively little damage. So this is enough health that I would think I don't need to heal for the rest of this level now. I'll make a save again here. When we climb up here, we want to start with a standing jump. We also want to keep our weapons drawn to cancel this particular animation or a cinematic thing of the boulders. We're going to jump over the spikes. We're going to do a roll and then run and jump up here. And let me show you that again. I'm going to keep my weapons drawn this time so that we don't get the boulder cutscene. It's a little annoying. So from this, we want to start with a standing jump, and now we can just keep doing running jumps without worrying. If you don't start with a standing jump, you instead start with a running jump, you will have to do an extra step somewhere in between, otherwise you'll land in the spikes. So we're gonna land, and as soon as we do, immediately roll and hold up and right to jump into this. It's a little timing thing, but you'll get the hang of it with a little practice. So I'm gonna jump over the spikes, we're gonna purposely bonk against the wall, and then we roll up and right and go in here. Now from here we can just keep doing running jumps, but if we do, we will have to do an extra step to make sure we jump over this blade, this first blade here. So what I mean is, if I just keep doing running jumps, I will probably hit the blade, so at some point I'm just gonna do one extra step in between. I will actually show you right now. This is roll up and right, jump up. So I'm gonna do a running jump, one step, now jump. Okay, now we're clear of the blades. So at this point, we want to draw our flare early for a flare cancel that's coming up. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Should not have done that. Let's do it again. I'll make a save at that moment, I think, to reset that quickly. We've seen this part enough times now. Just running jumps, running jumps, running jumps. Over the spikes. Bonk, roll, up and right. Up here. Running jump, one step. Running jump. It doesn't matter where you do the step, but that one step does help. So here we're gonna draw flare. I always get reminded by the secret. When I see that little green jade secret, I always think, oh yeah, this is where I draw my flare. So we're gonna do this following sequence, which is a jump twist here, a bonk against this. We didn't get the bonk, but whatever. Roll on this, flare cancel, and running jump in front of these blades. This is pretty much the fastest way. This way we actually still get in front of them instead of like behind them. First off, we start with a jump twist on this slope, on the left side. We want to bonk against the wall. Now we actually didn't get the bonk 2 times in a row. But normally we want to bonk, and then we want to... Yeah, I'm already dead, I know. After we land, we're going to go in a stumble, and we want to hold up and right. This way we start steering a bit to the right. Now as soon as we've steered far enough to the right, we're going to roll onto the breakable tile. So let me see if I can simulate that again. We're going to do a jump twist here. Bonk. Again, I didn't get a bonk. I don't know why I'm not getting the bonk. Maybe it's because I'm hitting the wall or something. Bonk. So turn and roll. Now we turn to the left. Once we're on this tile, we start just straight up turning to the left in place, just so that when we fall, we're already aimed a little bit here. Now when we start falling, we can throw away our flare to immediately start running this way and then go in front of these blades. So it's a little bit of a tricky sequence in a row. You'll have to probably practice on it a bit, but it's very, very, very satisfying once you get the hang of it. Bonk, turn, roll, turn to the left, flare cancel, and immediately start running and jumping. And we'll cut in front of the rollerblades. So good luck with that one. Now, up next is the zip line. Now, as soon as we are on this tile, there will be a bunch of spiders that spawn. And they will usually not deal that much damage, as in we can just walk to the edge and grab it, and they will pretty much not deal enough damage to kill us. Let me actually do this part again real quick. There's really 2 ways to do the zip line. One is with slow stepping to it when you get near it, which is what I normally do. But there is a slightly faster way, which, let me save here. You can jump from, I believe it's about here. Yeah, and then you can cancel onto it. Now it's a little tricky to get the hang of, but I believe where you want to jump is about here. Like, not quite on this line, but a step or two before it. That's where you kind of want to jump in the sequence. Yeah, there's one spider already. So that would be like right there. And then when you land here, you can immediately grab and take the zip line down. Now, if you don't really want to gamble on this, because if you do it wrong, you'll overshoot it. Or like this, I'll undershoot it, not close enough, right? So it is a little risky, it's very precise. So alternatively, you can just run forward and hold shift at the last moment to do a slow step or two and just grab it. Now, when we drop down, we're going to hold up and right. And we're going to just run to the end of the level. Like this. We can drop down pretty late. This was actually a little bit too late. Now I actually hit the corner here, which I don't really want to do. Oh, let's actually do this. I'll try and do the jump at once again. Right there. No, I think... Oh, I was actually good. Nice. So doing that, the spiders usually don't really hit you. If you do the slow step thing, they will probably hit you. So drop like right here. That's a little early. I could drop later. And then as soon as we're here, the level ends. Alright, so far for Great Wall. Alright, so next up is Venice. Second level. First level is actually in Italy. When the level starts, we will drop down right away. So I'll actually show you. Right there. As you can see, we drop down right away. We're going to drop onto a slope. And we want to jump twist off of it. And then just keep running forward. So let me actually make a save here at the beginning. Make sure we got that again. So we're going to jump twist and run. We're going to draw our pistols and shoot the dog. Now, there's one enemy up on the balcony on the right. We don't need to actually worry about him. He could shoot at us in our back a little bit while we go to the left over there. But he's over there. He's not really a big problem at all. Once we go over to the left here, there will be a dog and a guy with a club appearing. Now, if we just run straight in, they will appear pretty much at the same time on the corner here, like this. And this is a little bit annoying, because what we want to do here is we want to kill the dog with the shotgun. So let's go ahead and do the first part again. We will kill this guy with pistols. He might sometimes run around the corner like that, which is kind of annoying actually. Okay, so this is actually kind of a very bad RNG right now. Let's do it, just do it again real quick, just to show you a little better. So he dies. We draw the shotgun here. Now in order to make the dog spawn first, we just do a few slow steps here and then run again. And the dog will be out first. Now, in this case, they actually did seem to still come out kind of the same time. So maybe we have to slow step a little longer even, I think. I think I was stopping the slow stepping a little quickly. So we grab the shotgun. Go here. We slow step a bit. We run. Now he comes out and then this guy comes out. Now you can choose to kill this guy. He will drop a small health pack. I'm just going to kill him now just so it doesn't get in the way. You can also choose to just leave him alive. But the next step... we can ignore these flares for this run, by the way. We will pick up other flares, maybe. What we want to do is we want to push this button. And then we want to turn slightly to the left. Oh, wait, no, not roll. Let's do it again. When we push the button, it opens the hatch. I'm going to turn slightly and then do a back hop turn like this. Now I actually didn't really make it. I'm underneath. But if you get the hang of this, turn and this, then you'll be able to pull up like that. Now I'll quickly show you, try to do this with the guy still alive. Which is really kind of the goal, is to just do this with the club guy still alive. Also note that it's okay to use a shotgun shell on the dog, but you kind of don't want to use a shotgun shell on the club guy. Oh, no. Okay, so this is the problem with this thread. Oh, no. Is he will knock us around. And it can be very difficult to get on. I'll try it one more time with a reset, but... It can be a little easier to just kill him some cases. But if you do kill the club guy, make sure to do it with the pistols. We want to save all the rest of our shots for a later moment in the next level. Okay, so now I'm gonna get it. Yeah, so this was a good one with him still alive, and then we can climb up here, right? But it's very tricky. Now we're gonna push this button, which will close that door and open the one above, and we're gonna do the same move. Turn slightly and do a back hop with curving to the left. So back and left as arrow keys to go here. Now, next up is actually one of the more technical jumps in the game. So we want to start the jump about here, where I'm standing now on the edge. You can use the line of the square in front of us sort of as a reference. We want to be slightly behind it. One easy way to make sure you have a good position is to back hop from the wall and then do a step back. You'll always have a good position from here. Now, I tend to just climb up here and then just run forward and sort of guess it like this. This is pretty much fine. Now you're going to run all the way against the edge. If you're not sure, you can sidestep here to make sure that you're all the way against the edge. Now, if you look at the top of Lara's head here, you'll see that there's a little pointy bit. It's a little hard to see sometimes, but there's a little point in the middle, in the center. And this is actually the exact center of our model in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to align that little corner just to the left of the wall here. If we're on the wall, we're going to run against it and we're not going to get anything. So we're going to want to align it just slightly to the left of it. Now, from this position, I'll make a quick save here. If we do just a normal running jump forward, you'll notice that we sort of do a little clip on the corner itself, like this. You'll see that I clipped sort of to the left with that. Now, as soon as you see that clip happen, or like it's even better to just predict when it's going to happen. And then as soon as you clip, you want to immediately start steering to the right. And then we can reach that window on the right side. So the idea is going to be like this. And then keep holding right as well to land in this. Now, it takes some practice. It's called a banana jump. But it's very much worth it as a skip, because going around takes a very long time. Now, it's very easy to miss, so I do implore you to just practice this with a save. Keep trying to get it, and you'll get better at it as you play. So, when you land this, you want to shoot the window and go around the corner right away. This. Shoot the window, go around the corner to the left. I'm gonna go to this switch. Now from here, once we pull the switch, we can do a backflip twist, like this. And that will cancel the cutscene as well, and we can immediately run forward after this. There is a jump here that we're going to do. Now, I'll try to get the quicker version of it. I think... No, okay, I missed it now. So that's the jump that we're going to try to do at least. Now, first off, I'll show you a safe method. So, a safe method is to just climb up here. Now, if you look at my shadow on my feet, you'll see that I'm very much on the edge. So what we want to do is we want to do a slow step backwards. And that will reset our position a little bit. If you can see now, the shadow is slightly moved forward. And from here, we can just do a straight running jump. So keep in mind, I don't know if I can even jump back here. Maybe we grab. When you, if you do it's not very, very slow at all actually. It's pretty fast still, but it's not as fast as a running jump. So climb up, step back, and then do a running jump forward. No grabbing, and you'll land on this without having to climb up. Now, you can also do this with a running jump sequence, which is the faster way, but it's a little bit hard, and I'm not particularly good at it yet. I'm trying to get better at it, but I think that was okay. Yeah, so you can even get it where you actually keep running without like the little stop on the edge, if you do it right. So that's the way that we go across here. Now, once we land here, we're just gonna continue our running jumps over here and into this to pull this switch. Now from up here, we're gonna quickly talk about flares. So the way we go down here, let's talk about that first, is we're gonna do a back hop turn like this. And then we do a running jump with a twist, but we want to do it like very fast. And we kind of want to hit the ceiling. Oh, we want to hit the ceiling of this. Like that. That's better. And then we go in here. It's a little tricky to do it fast. But like that. But if you do get it like that, it is very, very fast. So let me actually draw a flare here. We have a little tunnel here on the right. Normally we don't want to do a flare here. We want to do this in the dark, and I'll show you in a second. We're gonna pull up here. Now, assuming that we want to pick up these flares here, the best way to do it is when you pull up here out of the water, you're gonna do a standing jump, running jump, and then hold action to grab it. From the pickup, you can do standing jump forward with grab and land in the water, like that. Now, I talked at the beginning of the video a little bit about what you want to do. You might not want to pick up the flares. So in that case, we can just running jump past this. Just running jump, and also grab to land in the water. Now, the idea is going to be to do this in the dark. Oh, okay. Kind of bad again. So make sure to learn to sort of guess where this climb up is going to be. Right here. And then just do a blind standing jump, running jump to get on the flares, or just 2 running jumps. And as soon as you land in this water up ahead, you will see a little bit more again. And then we can continue swimming. So I picked up the flares now. There is an option maybe in this run to skip picking them up, but I think picking them up is still going to be beneficial. But it's very hard to say. Alright, so we swim out, swim over this way and climb out. With these ladders, let me actually kill him off real quick. With these ladders, this is not a very high ladder. What I'm gonna say now also only really counts for low ladders like this. Higher ladders, it's different. The fastest way to climb up here is actually to be all the way on the side. And then do this move so that she doesn't put her feet on the ladder. Because actually putting your feet on the ladder takes a little longer before you start moving, and it's also slower climb up animation. So we kind of want to be all the way on the side. You can be on the left as well, but you climb up near here. So just do this move to climb up the ladder to be a little bit safer. Now we're gonna get to the boat section. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat the level a little bit by we're going to grab a boat. We're going to make our way to the other side of the level with the boat. We're going to trigger a tile there that will open the door at the end of the level. And then we're going to take the boat back towards the end of the level to exit. So first off, we're going to go grab the boat. So we're going to do standing jump, running jump. You can do a dive here if you want or whatever, but just in the water and to the left. Now, there's a guy here on the ledge on the left side next to the boat. We're going to pick up the boat, but he could very well be shooting at us. It's a little bit RNG how much he's going to shoot us. But be prepared to maybe use a heal in this level because of this. So he starts shooting now, and he actually only does a little bit of damage. If you're a little bit unlucky, he will deal a lot of damage. So we're going to make our way back over here, take this sharp turn to the right. And now we're gonna go all the way back into the exit of the level here. Now I'll make a quick save here. Also, one note real quick is you can speed the boat up by holding action. So you get a little booster jet with that. Now we're gonna stop the boat here near these platforms. We're gonna jump out to the left. We're gonna shoot this guy a little bit. Doesn't have to be much, but we're gonna shoot him while moving. And we're gonna do a running jump and then a jump twist over this way. And then we're gonna swim out. So I'll try to do that in sequence real quick. Right here, turn the corner, we're gonna brake, jump out, running jump, shoot at him at the same time, and then do a jump twist and swim out. Now, you don't have to shoot at him while doing this, but if you shoot at him, the chances are that he will run around a little bit, and you can save yourself maybe a heal from shooting at him, because he will shoot less. Now, at that point, we have opened the door, so we're gonna make exactly the same way back. All the way back where we came from. And there's only one final thing left to do. Which is to jump out of the boat in time, which we're gonna do right here. Like this. The boat will blow up the mines, and we can continue on to the exit of the level. Now, I'll show it one more time real quick. This point, we brake here. We jump out, do a running jump and a jump twist. We can be shooting him at the same time. Right now I'm not. We're gonna go back into the boat. So that actually opened the door at the exit. Now it's just a matter of getting back to where we came from with the boat. I'm gonna keep holding action here to maximize our speed. Take the corners. Learning to navigate the corners is a little bit of a trick on its own. I sometimes still get stuck on them. Now, at this moment, when we want to actually jump out is right when we are between the yellow buildings. So as soon as we enter that little alcove over there, we will immediately jump out. We can jump to the right or left, it doesn't matter. What I do recommend is when you jump out to do a jump twist, so that you can immediately start swimming to the door at the end. So right now we're gonna jump out here. And then the mines explode and we can go to the exits. So the level is short but sweet. There's a couple of really tricky things in Venice, but there is I think it's a fun level to do at least. Don't be afraid to use a heal or two in this level if you really need. You should be able to just use a small health pack and get through it the entire thing, assuming you don't take any like added damage somewhere, unexpected damage. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So let's move on to the next level, which is gonna be Bartoli's Hideout. Alright, so next up is Bartoli's Hideout. This is a little bit of a longer level compared to the previous ones, I guess. But it will be a lot of fun. There's a lot of enemies in Bartoli's Hideout. There's also a lot of pickups to be had, so if we do need some extra heals, this is the moment to get them for the rest of the run. When we start the level, I'll make a save, but we start in the boat and we immediately want to start holding up an action to start the boat as quickly as possible. I actually got a slow start now. Now, as soon as we are aligned to the second pole on the left side, that's when we can jump out to the left. So we're gonna jump out and onto this platform and then keep running towards that way. Now I slowed my boat down now to show you, but let's go forward. So as soon as we pass the second pole, that's when I tend to jump like this. And then we have some leeway as well. We're gonna jump up here, shoot the rat here. You can try to shoot the second one, but it's more important to kill this guy. He's gonna die. And we can continue and jump up here. Pull this lever. And we're gonna jump twist back, jump up here, and there is probably some way to efficiently land on this mega. You don't have to pick this up, but it's very much a good pickup to do. There will be another club guy here coming out any moment. Here we go. He can also already be on us sometimes. He will also drop a health pack. A small health pack. Now, while we are traversing this path, we want to kill all the rats on the way. And then we want to shoot up at this guy while standing here. Do 2 neutral jumps to keep shooting him. And then we can do side flips to the left. He will die. And we can ignore him for now. We're going to run over here. Now let's make a save in between here. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to jump over this blade like this. Underneath this one. And jump over this one again. And if we do that, we can do the whole thing without taking damage. Now carefully look where I jump. You can take a little, I take a little bit of damage sometimes. That was a very small amount of damage. But I jump pretty much on this line here. And then I go over. You can use your pistols to get a little bit of vision here. Or you can try to get onto this switch blind as it's dark like this. This guy will be coming for us from behind, but we don't really care for now. We're going to try to pull the switch first. You can also draw flare. If you do, make sure to do it like early a little bit so you get to pull the switch. The sound means the switch is pulled. So we're going to pull the switch and we're going to immediately engage this guy. He's going to drop us more shotgun shells. So at this point, we have enough shotgun shells for a room later in this level up above. We don't need to pick up any other shotgun shells. I don't think there's any other real pickups that we need outside of like keys for the rest of the run now at this point. We're gonna make our way back over here. Now there is a certain place where you can jump to exactly land. Well, we're supposed to be like on this line in front of me now on the floor. This is where we want to be because we can jump up on this ladder. So whatever way that you approach, I believe there is a certain spot where you can jump. So let's say we're coming from here. I believe there is a certain place like right here or something. No, a little later. It's hard to say. There is a certain place where you can jump from to get a very quick thing. But you want to just make sure to be on near this line. Like just on this side of the line in front of us. We're gonna jump up and climb up. It's a little slow, but this is faster than any other way to go up, so don't worry about it. Now, as soon as our feet are high enough, which is here, we will go to the right. Now, as soon as we see the shadow below us, that's when we can drop down immediately. As soon as you see that shadow on the tile, you can immediately drop down. Now, from here, you can draw your weapons and turn and run over to the red, whatever you call it. You can also choose to do a side flip and then do a running jump from here to get here. Here we do a swing cancel to quickly go to the left. Now we're gonna go as soon as we pass this line, so it's a little hard to see, but there's a line that we're crossing now by going left and right. So as soon as we pass this line, we can climb up and do a jump backwards. I always like to draw a flare here at this moment as well, because the next part is we're gonna jump across to here. We can do this all in a faster sequence. I'm just gonna show you right now real quick. Oh, another swing cancel. Now this is a little bit tricky because we're gonna run down in a way where we land into the door on the left. And then when we land, we want to do a flare cancel and immediately draw our weapons. So we're gonna run off and steer a little bit to the left. Okay, so now I actually missed it. I'll make a save a little bit closer by, I think, as well. Yeah, we'll rerun this part a little bit. And we'll make a save. Good. When we are over there. So yeah, this guy is sometimes more aggressive than other times, but it's usually pretty easy to kill him because he comes very close like this. So make our way over here. I'm not gonna try to be super efficient, I'm just gonna try to stop. Okay, nice, that's good. So we'll go back up. I'll make a save here before this whole sequence so we can show the whole thing. That part where I run off and do the flare cancel in the door, it takes a certain amount of curving, so that's another place where you kind of want to maybe practice a little bit before you continue onwards. So right here, we running jump across to here, swing cancel and start shimmying to the left. And then as soon as we are here, we can jump up, backflip and grab a flare. Then we're gonna run here, and jump across, swing cancel again. Now from here, I'll make a quick save here as well. We're gonna run off, steer to the left, and flare cancel. And then we draw our weapons when we are here. Now this last move, it is a little bit tricky. It's very easy to mess it up. So what you could consider is going to this lower section over here. Or even jump from here, maybe, with a fake grab like this. And you'll land in this as well. You don't even... Oh yeah, you do need a flare for that. So alternatively, if you really don't like this curve jump, you can choose to go using that side. But this is really very much the fastest way. Okay, so I missed it. To go down. Now as you see, as soon as we land here, there's wolves that spawn. So we're gonna shoot one, and then jump twist this way, and shoot the other one. Okay, now as soon as we turn this corner, there's a guy that will appear. We're gonna jump twist over him, and then backflip towards the window at the end. So like this. And then backflip towards this, and he dies on the way. And then we can just backflip twist, kill the window. I'll quickly show this part again with the enemies. These wolves, we have to kill these wolves. And we also kind of have to kill the guy above. Oh, I missed that jump twist now. It's okay. They die. We go here. Jump twist over him. Backflip a couple of times. And in here. Now at this point, we can ignore this guy. But now we want to draw our shotgun. We're gonna jump through this window and we're gonna use 5 shots. 1 for the dog, 1 for this guy, 2 for this guy, 1 for this guy, 2 for this guy. They all die. And as you can see, she immediately draws her weapons, her pistols. This is actually relevant for the block push later on. The guy here on the balcony, he will not leave the balcony. He will maybe shoot in here, but he will not actually come in here. Our next goal is to go over here and push this block in. Now, I'll quickly show you the whole thing again. Oh, okay, that's good. Kill one dog. Kill... Oh. Okay, so they die. So I'm getting low HP now, so I do need to heal as well. Always keep in mind that you do need to keep an eye on your health here. So let's actually heal. I'll draw the shotgun, jump through this window, ignore him, jump through this window, and then use 5 shots for these 3 enemies. Okay, so I had to roll around now, but we kind of want to do that fast enough. So this can happen is because when we holster the shotgun, we immediately draw our weapons. So you have to make sure that you're prepared for this. You have to holster them quickly to push the block. If you're fast enough, you can start pushing the block before you pull the weapons, and then you'll pull them out later. But that's not really... doesn't matter. We push the block in twice. From here we can just back hop. We're going to jump up on the right side, so we can side flip on here. We're going to run off here. We're going to jump over this blade and over that blade. Now, I landed with a stumble now. There is actually a way where you can land here without taking this stumble. Loading back is so far though. Yeah, I'm going to load back and I'm going to make another save real quick. Oh, this. I know I'm repeating the same part now, but it's gives you a refresher on it, I suppose. Okay. in here. Around the corner. Take a big health pack. Jump the window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So like this. We grab the pistol, so make sure to do that. So we push it in twice. I'll make a save here. Now I'll show you a little bit where to jump over the blades. Up here and to the left. Let's make a save. This is fun. There is a rat. We will just ignore him. Keep in mind one thing, by the way, is if you're running here and you do a running jump, you will get a stumble here. You cannot do that while you keep running. So my advice is when you're up here, when you arrive here with the side flip, is just run off of this instead of jumping. Now, we want to jump over the blades. I believe we want to jump about here, maybe even a step further forward, so about here. And then as soon as we clear the blade, we want to immediately jump over the second one as well. Let's see if I can get that. Right here. And jump over the second one. So I get a stumble now again. Maybe we can slide a little bit to avoid the stumble. Run off. And then jump over. Oh, I got hit. But I do get to keep running now. Now, this next section with the burners down below, it is on a timer. As soon as we step forward here, they will extinguish, and after a certain amount of time passes, they will reignite. Now, after that was actually perfect timing on the word reignite there. Wow. At any point, we can drop into the water in between the tiles and swim back here, and we're good. But to clear this, we will actually need to do some jumps. We can do standing jumps. In some cases, you can just chain a running jump like this, and we will be clear of it. Just make sure to do it fast. And when we arrive here, we want to start doing slow steps to the edge and shoot the guy here on the left. She will automatically have a lock on him. We shoot him down. Now while we're shooting him, we're gonna align ourselves over here and do a back hop to set up for our next jump. So we kind of want to do that whole thing while we are shooting him. It's a very easy setup, to be fair. So take a little stumble here. Jump. Jump. Do a running jump. So I'm going to draw weapons. Slow step here. Shoot. I'm going to just sidestep. Back hop. So he dies. Now we're going to do a running jump. And we want to grab the chandelier, which I now missed, by the way. Let's do it a little better. My setup wasn't really that good either. So we want to grab it in the middle. Right here. This is where we want to grab it. And we can do one of these swing cancels, right? To avoid it. Now, it's okay if we're slightly more to the left or right, but not too much. We want to be as close to the middle as we can be, preferably. Because if we now pull up, we can hold up and left and do a running jump to get this jump over here. This is actually a relatively easy way to advance that part. Over here. Jump over. Do a standing jump. Shoot him. And then we can running jump up. Climb up. Up and left. And jump. Climb up here. So now we want to pull this switch. And we want to make our way across to the other side. So we're going to do a back hop turn to running jump over here. Across the pillar to this platform. Now right now, I'll make a save here. There is a very tricky jump that you can do here. If you'll notice that across in the room we have a little key that we need to pick up. So we're going to do a running jump over to this pillar. Or a chandelier, not pillar. Now what we want to do for the tricky jump is going to be an extended jump off of this corner and then a late grab to land in there. Now, I'm not sure if I can get it like this, but let's try it. Okay, so now I actually missed it. Now the goal especially is to get it while you do running jumps, which I am not particularly good at. Okay, so I got it now. That's the idea. You can do it in sequence, but it takes a little bit of like practice before that gets very consistent. Oh, no, that's not gonna be good enough. So it's very tricky to get the fast version here. If you really don't like doing it, you can always choose to jump to this one, which is a little bit more slow. Like it loses you a considerable amount of seconds. Now from here you can do a running jump fake grab to land here, and then roll and fake grab to land in here. Now, after this ski, it's gonna get interesting as well. Let's try and get the... Oh, whoa. Probably not. Oh yeah, I did get it. So we're gonna pick up the key. Now from this key, I'll save again. We can do a standing jump. And then we can keep running on the floor like this, so without stumbling. And we want to do a jump twist through this. So let me actually quickly kill the dogs, so I can show you. So these pillars on the side here, they actually don't have collision. You can just run through these. It is not considered a glitch. It's completely fine. So what we want to do is we want to jump twist past the fire on either side. So like this, jump twist, and just hit the wall and land in the water. Now we kind of want to do this with the dogs alive. So standing jump from the key, turn quickly, and then... Okay, so I missed it now already. And you can do it on the left side as well if you think that's easier. Just take it a little wider, you can see a little better, and then jump twist here, that's fine. Just try to get that. Now we swim straight forward and climb out. We're gonna do the obvious keyhole here. There is one enemy here coming up that I think you'll be able to ignore actually in this run. I will just quickly kill him right now. He's gonna come from straight ahead. If you do decide to kill him, just shoot at him and you can sort of back hop this way. This will put you very near the switch here. And then you can pull this switch to open the door right away. Now he does drop a small medkit. But at this point, like, I mean, I have 1 and 2 large ones. This is plenty of heals for the next level. So we don't really need to worry much about picking this up. We could do this. Now, for the next upcoming section, you could, by the way, ignore this guy. And in that case, there will be 3 enemies. But let me just make a save here and show you this next part. As soon as we turn this corner, there will be 2 enemies that are active. And we're going to try to shoot at them. As soon as we step on this tile here, the door will open. Now, while it's opening, we will run against it sort of like this. And then at some point, we will get control of our character. And our goal is going to be to jump over to the left side. It's very tricky, and I can try to get it, but I'm not very good at it yet. So... once the door opens, which is now, we're gonna run against it like that, and then jump here and grab. That was actually a very good example of it. Now, as you can see, these guys can be very in the way with this already. And it can get pretty sketchy. Now, if for whatever reason you either don't want to do that strategy or you fail and fall into the water, which is very possible, you'll try to jump and it's like, oh no, RNG. So we just climb up here, a little bit on the right side so we can do a side flip. Okay, so that was not far enough to the right. So over here, we can do a side flip and then back flip twist. We can either climb up here or even chain a running jump and grab the wall. Now from this point, all we have to do is make our way to the end of the level. So at the end of the level here, there is another possible flare cancel. If you didn't pick up the flares earlier on, I recommend not using a flare cancel here, but rather rolling. So I'll just show both real quick. I'll draw a flare just to show. If you do the flare cancel, you want to steer to the left here, use your flare and immediately run this way. Now, if you don't do the flare cancel, my advice is to just run straight forward and do a roll and immediately run this way after that. It's hard to say which is going to be... I mean, the flare cancel is slightly faster, but it does cost a flare, so there you go. Alright, so it's a long level. And quite frankly, a pretty toxic level, but that is Bartoli's Hideout. So for this tutorial, there is one level left, which is the next one, Opera House. Alright, so last up for this tutorial, we will have Opera House. Now, Opera House is also a pretty tricky level in terms of jumps. It's not a very long level, we will do some significant skips, but let's just get into it right away. Now when the level starts, we start on a slope. I'll make a save right away. We're gonna want to jump right when we're on the last line. So this line that I'm jumping on now, that's when we're gonna want to jump when we go down. When we jump, we want to also steer to the left. So as soon as we see that we hit that line, we're gonna jump here and oh, whoa, that was very sketch, but that's the idea. So wait until you see your feet on the last line, whoa, and jump over here. Now, as you can see, it's pretty precise. You can also choose to just do a normal setup for it, but it shouldn't really be too hard. From here we climb up. We're gonna hold up and right and stop here at the edge. From here we can do a standing jump forward and grab to land here. And we roll and go onto the button quickly. So the whole thing in a row would be like this, and then jump, swing cancel, to the edge, standing jump, grab, roll, and on the switch. Good. Then we draw pistols to turn. If we do a standing jump here, and we put our feet on, we can just don't even need to climb up, we can just do a backflip twist from here. Now, when we do a backflip twist, we're gonna jump across and we're gonna attempt to do a sequence where we curve into the next jump. So let me see if I can get it. Let me first actually make a save here. So we're gonna, oh wait, I miss it. Okay, I already missed it. Wait, let's actually go back a little bit here. On this button. No, okay. You know what? Let's go here. Ah, wait, what? Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to do it from here. Back to the button. My save was a little bad there. Jump here, fake grab, animation cancel, I should say. Jump across. This. Okay, so I'll make the save right here. Right, so from here we do a jump twist into a running jump and then a jump this way. Now right now I hit it, but if you don't curve right for this, you can very much miss it. Actually very easy to miss, so make sure to learn a little bit how to curve here. That's good. Now we're gonna climb up here. We want to be a little bit here on this right side so that we can do a running jump that way. Now when we go this way, if we jump straight against this line here, against sort of the middle of this left side here, we will land onto the key, so we can use a animation or a grab cancel onto the key to pick it up. So just jump straight in the middle and we'll land on the key. We can ignore these guys, this one, and there's one up ahead here, just jump past him. Now we can run around here and grab the ladder again. So now I actually missed it. You can choose, this is the same ladder. You can choose to not, oh wait, let me just set this up now. You can choose to not do the running jump curve there onto the ladder. And actually make a save here from the key, I'll show you what I mean. So we just ignore these guys. They might hit us a little bit, but keep in mind we have some healing left over. So we can, if we want, just stop here and then a standing jump up. This is a little bit safer way to do it, but it's slightly faster if you can just get a running jump on it. So my advice is to try for that. Is just learn to curve. Oh, that's not good. Not like that. As you can see, it can get a little bit toxic sometimes with this, how you get pushed. Stay a little wide. And I missed it again. Really? Come on. I'm gonna show you, right? I'm gonna show you. Come on. What's this? Let's go up. Around the corner. And jump. Oh, okay. So that wasn't even good. I need to be a little bit higher up. But you get the idea at least, right? You can get a curve running jump thing. Now from here we're going to do the same jump as before. Jump twist, running jump, and jump across. So now I'm missing it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it again. But we want to do the exact same jump as before to reach that platform there again. So around here, like this. That's a good one. Oh, we do want to put our feet on the ladder to get this set up here. Okay, so from here, running jump across. So this time we're going to go straight forward. Now, I'll make a save here because this sequence can be pretty nasty as well. We're going to jump up here, land on the side of it, somewhere over here. We're going to standing jump on the slope here. And then do a fake grab to land in the windowsill. Now from here, we want to draw our weapons, shoot the window, and we want to do a running jump across the things and do a fake grab. Now the problem is if we do this too fast, we will land here, draw our weapons, shoot, do the running jump, and if we don't holster our weapons quick enough, we will not be able to do the fake grab against the ceiling. And we need that fake grab. If we don't do that fake grab... Oh, I'm already dead. Oh no, I'm not dead. Lol. Okay. So if we don't do that fake grab in time, we will bonk and fall onto the glass. So it's a little bit of a tricky thing. I'm gonna jump here, land on the edge. Maybe turn a little bit to the left if you need. Jump on the slope. Shoot the window, holster weapons, and grab here. And then go to this ladder. It's a quick thing, and it's not particularly easy. You can take it slower on some parts if you want. But really the goal is going to be to do this as quick as possible. Holster and fake grab. There you go. Next, we climb up on the ladder. And now we're coming up on the final section of the level. Pretty soon. The opera house itself. So put the key in here on this lock. Just follow the pathway here. Alright. Nice. Now, we're gonna want to be on the left side of this ladder. You can be slightly more to the right, but this is probably already too far to the right. So we want to be somewhere here on the left. We're going to put our feet on. We're going to climb one rung up. And we're going to do a backflip and jump on the slope. This will land us right here. Which means we don't want to run forward or do a running jump from here. What we're going to do is we're going to do a standing jump. And then run this way. And we can chain running jumps. Maybe do a step extra here at the end to clear this last part. So, oh wait. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So I'll show the whole thing again. I'm gonna have to do the key in the lock again, but that's fine. Holster weapons. Oh, ooh, I actually missed it, but it's fine. So just climb up. And I'm not sure how much healing I have left. I've maybe used some to show you some stuff. I'm pretty low HP though. Okay, so I have two small and a large health pack left. So if we have this much heals left, there's actually a strategy coming up soon with some glass where we can actually go a little faster. But we can only do that with enough heals. So that comes up later though. For now, key in the lock. We're gonna be on this side of the ladder. We're gonna climb one rung up. Backflip, jump, and straight away, standing jump, running jump, and then I do one step and then jump again. The one step is probably not necessary, but it makes it a little easier to cross that part. Now, right now, there are two enemies here that will be relevant. This one right in front of us that will be shooting at us, and then behind us there's a club guy. Now, they drop some items, and in an actual, like, full game run, you might want to kill these guys for their pickups. Right now, we are far enough in the run that we don't actually need to kill these guys. So we're going to just ignore them. We're gonna jump over here. Make sure to jump onto this little section here. We can just slide off here, roll over the edge, and fake grab. Now we'll land on the Uzis. We don't actually need to pick up the Uzis because we'll be done with the run in a few short moments. We just want to go roll and then run through the glass towards this. If we need to heal, we heal. We're going to push this button, go back, and run through the glass again. Get ready to heal if you need. Okay, and then we're in. Now, I'll show this part again, but let's say we don't have enough heals, then we cannot really run through the glass like that. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to slow step from here. We'll take a slight bit of damage, but that's fine. And now we're going to pull the switch. We're going to do a back hop here, turn around, and slow step forward again. Yeah, you can always choose to just take a little bit of damage from it if you want. Now, going in here, if you have the flares, you want to draw a flare here for this next part. We're getting to another banana jump. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to jump around this to the left and flare cancel to go in here. Now this looks easy enough when I do it like this, but it's really not very easy. The goal is on the left there. We're going to have to jump around this block. So the way that we do it is we want to not come at too much of an angle like this. We want to kind of be very wide, so we want to approach a little bit on this side of things. Now this is very far on the edge, but if we approach it straight like this, then it becomes easier to turn around, to jump around it. So I always just run here a bit, approach the edge, and then just jump and steer to the left. Now, if you don't have a flare for this, then you can just do a roll here around this to the left, and then just roll and go in like this. And we're going to jump up on the right here. Make sure to practice on this well, because if you fall down anywhere over here, it will, I mean, you might survive in the water, I suppose, but you will not be able to get back up here easily. So if you're not comfortable with this, make sure to make a save right before doing this jump. And just reset and reload the save if you need, because it's very, very unforgiving if you miss it. And then it's just around the block and to the left. Now, once we arrive here, we're gonna drop down here and do a running jump up to the right. So we can get to this switch. Now, right here, there is a moment that I'm not particularly good at yet. After the switch, we can do a back hop with back and right, so that we end up like this. Now from here, we can do a backflip twist. From there, we can do a running jump with a curve to the left. I mean, now I can't do it. And jump up on the block on the left. So let me see if I can actually do it properly. We're gonna back hop like this. Backflip twist, curve, and jump up on this. Now this is the fastest way to do it, and then we need this button next. If you're really not comfortable doing it this quickly, I'll try to get it one more time. I'm not very practiced at it yet. Oh, wait. Like this, and then that. Oh, no, okay, so now I missed it, see? very easy to mess it up somehow. So alternatively, we can do the same thing for the start, backflip twist, but then we just slow step here. We turn to the left, make sure the swinging block is not on us when we jump past, and then we can just climb up like this. Now we go on this button, and from this button, I'll make another save. We're gonna try to do a sequence where we get no stumbles and relatively little fall damage. So after we push the button, we're gonna roll and draw weapons to cancel the camera. We're gonna go over here, jump up on this, jump against the ceiling on this, and against the ceiling down here. And as you can see, I can keep running while doing all of this. If we're in the plane, the level ends. Oh wait, this is a cutscene. I have to wait for this. Let's... Right, so once again, once we push the button, we're gonna roll and draw weapons to cancel the camera. Now when we jump across here, we want to stick to the right side, so we kind of want to steer a little bit to the right around this block. And then we want to use this edge here. Yeah, I got blown up now by the guy below. He's a boss enemy. But we want to sort of use the edge of the block here to set up the jump to the right. Up on here. Now from here we can use the ceiling to jump across to the right here to this lower block. And then from this block we can use the ceiling again to get this while we keep running as well. Now as you can see, these enemies will follow us, dogs in particular, so you can still get messed up in this part. There's also a thing here where, oh here's the big guy, where if you do like a running jump in the wrong place, you'll like stumble. And I'm not getting it now, but there's some places where you can jump here and you'll get a stumble. So you want to make sure to avoid that as well. So I'll do this one last time. Over here. Up on this block. Across on the right. Down here. Keep running. So this is a good one. This as well. I believe this one we have to wait a bit. And then we can just go into the end of the level. Right. So that was Opera House as well. It's a little bit of a toxic level, but not the longest level there is. So relatively okay, I think. So with all of this, I shall say goodnight to you. I wish you very good luck running Italy %. And I hope this tutorial was useful. Make sure to, I don't know, like and subscribe and hit the bell and whatever, right? Like that. That's how it works. I believe that's how it works. All right, so I will be saying goodbye to you all now. We'll play this cutscene again for it. Yeah, thanks everyone, and have a good one. Cheers.